Welcome to another Learning to Read video drum lesson. This drum lesson covers the topic of 16th notes. To do this lesson, you should already be comfortable playing eighth notes, quarter notes, eighth rests, and comfortable with the 4/4 time signature. 16th notes look like this. You can see that there's two beams or bars connecting the 16th notes. Whenever you have two beams, it's a 16th note. A 16th note by itself looks like this. You can see that the bars are still there, but they don't have another note to connect to. They just hang down. So the two flags or the two beams represent a 16th note. Just for a review, when you have a full measure of quarter notes in 4/4 time, you play one hit for each count. So a full measure of quarter notes would sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. When you have a full measure of eighth notes, you play two hits for each count, or they're twice as fast as the quarter notes, and it sounds like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now we're moving on to 16th notes, and 16th notes are twice the speed of eighth notes. Where with eighth notes, because they're twice the speed of quarter notes, we took each count, 1, 2, 3, 4, and added an and in between each count to make it twice the speed. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Well, with 16th notes, we're going to take each eighth note count, 1 and 2 and so on, and we're going to add an E and an It's going to sound like this: 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. With that being said, if you're playing eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then 16th notes, your 16th note 1 and 2 and counts should be at the same tempo and same spaced as your eighth notes. So it'd be like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Take a look at number 1 of the 16ths, eighths, and quarter soup beat sheet. We're going to break this apart count by count to make it really easy to understand. If you look at count 1, all you have for all of count 1 is quarter note. So you play 1. Count 2, all there is another quarter note, 2. Now count 3, you've got a group of 4 16th notes. And the 16th notes, you remember, are counted 3 E and So we have 3 E and Now those 4 16th notes have to fit into the same amount of space as the quarter note did. So it'll be 1, 2, 3 E and Now count 4, you have a quarter note, 4. When playing count 4, there's not a pause in between the 3 E and the 4. It all fits very evenly. It sounds like this: 3 E and 4. That count 4 has to come in right on count 4. Altogether, the first measure sounds like this: 1, 2, 3 E and 4. Measure 2 of number 1, if you break it apart count by count, the first count, count 1, we have 4 16th notes, 1 E and Count 2, quarter note, 2. It takes up all of count 2. Wait for count 3 to come, 3 E and then count 4 is 4. Now remember again, just like on measure 1, when there's 4 16th notes and a quarter note after, there's not a pause. It flows right into count 2. So measure 2 is going to sound like this: 1 E and 2, 3 E and 4. On to measure 3, counts 1, 2, and 3 are all 16th notes. So it's going to be straight 16th notes: 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4. 4 is a quarter note. Takes up all of count 4. And finally, measure 4 of number 1. Count 1 is a quarter note. Count 2, you have your 4 16th notes. Count 3 is a quarter note. And count 4 is a quarter rest. So on 1, we play 1, wait for 2, 2 E and 3, and then 4 is a quarter rest. So I'll play that in time: 1, 2 E and 3, 4. After that, we have a repeat, and you remember from the previous lessons that on the repeat, we're going to start with the left hand playing alternating sticking. So left, right, left, right, left, while the first time through, it starts with the right. Let's play number 1 together. In this lesson, I'm introducing the eighth note subdivision for the metronome, which means just instead of it clicking on the quarter notes like it did in the previous lessons, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's now going to click on the eighth notes: 1 and 2 and da, 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 da. So keep that in mind as you're playing number 1. Ready? 1, 2, and ready and go E and 1, 2, 3 E and 4, 1 E and 2, 3 E 1, 2, 3 E and a 4. 1 E and a 2, 3 E and a 4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. 1, 2 E and a 3, 4. On to number 2. In number 2, we're mixing in 16th notes along with 8th notes, and there's also a couple accents thrown in. And remember that an accent is when you hit the note louder, you make it stand out or accent above the other notes. On number 2, measure 1, continuing to break it apart count by count. Count number 1 has 4 16th notes, and that'll be played a 1 E and a. Now count 2 are the 8th notes, and the 8th notes indicated by one beam connecting them, and that's 2 and. Remember that the 8th notes take up twice as much time or space as the 16th notes, so they're slower, in other words. Count 3 are 4 16th notes, 3 E and a, and then count 4 has an accented quarter note, 4. Putting measure 1 all together, it sounds like this: 1 E and a 2 and 3 E and a 4. On to measure 2, count number 1, again, are 4 16th notes, 1 E and a. Count 2, 2 8th notes, 2 and. Count 3 are 2 more 8th notes, 3 and count 4 is an accented quarter note, 4. Measure 2 sounds like this all together: 1 E and a 2 and 3 and 4. Be careful with measure 3 because a quarter rest is thrown in, and whenever a quarter rest is thrown in along with 16th notes, the tendency is to not rest long enough for the quarter rest. So count 1, you have 1 E and a. 2, all of count 2 is a rest. You don't play anything until count 3. So you have 1 E and a 2, 3 E and then 4 is another quarter rest. Along with that, there's a quarter rest beginning measure 4. So you're going to have 2 rests in a row. It's going to seem like a long rest. You have 4, 1 is a rest, and you come in on count 2 with 4 16th notes, 2 E and a 3, 4. So be very careful when you have those quarter rests. Make sure you don't come in until the next count. Let's play number 2 together. 1 and 2 E and a. Ready and go. And 1 E and a 2 and 3 E and a 4. 1 E and a 2 and 3 and 4. 1 E and a 2, 3 E and a 4. 1, 2 E and a 3. Start with the left. 1 E and a 2 and 3 E and a 4. 1 E and a 2 and 3 and 4. 1 E and a 2, 3 E and a 4. 1, 2 E and a 3, 4. On to number 3. Number 3 can be tricky because it mixes in quarter rests with some 8th notes, some 16th notes, some accents, and it goes all over the place. So it's going to really take some thought and some counting to make sure that you play the notes or rest on the rests for the right amount of time. Also, on measure 4, count 4 is the X, and remember that that stands for playing on the rim. Let's play number 3 together. 1, 2, and ready, and go. And 1, 2, and 3, 4 E and a 1, 2, 3 and 4 E and a 1, 2, 3 E and a 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Start with the left. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 E and a 1, 2, 3 and 4 E and a 1, 2, 3 E and a 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. On to number 4. Number 4 can be tricky because there are a lot of rim hits thrown in there. So make sure you're alternating sticking and really focus on counting and timing. Let's play number 4. 1, 2, and ready, and go. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 E and a 3 and 4. Repeat. 1 and 2 and 3 and On to number 5. Now, number 5 has a lot of rim hits also, but this time they're 16th notes, not 8th notes. Be careful on measure 2, measure 3, and 4. The timing is difficult. Make sure you're playing the 8th notes at 8th note speed and 16th notes at 16th note speed. Also, on measure 3 and 4, you have those quarter rests again. Make sure that you rest for the whole count and wait for the next count to come in. Let's play number 5. 1 and 2 and ready and a go E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 and 2 E and a 3 and 4 E and a 1 and 2 3 and 4 1 and 2 3 and 4. Repeat. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 and 2 E and a 3 and 4 E and a 1 and 2 3 and 4 1 and 2 3 and 4. On to number 6. Number 6 can be difficult because there's a lot of timing issues. Whenever you have quarter rests or quarter notes thrown in with 16th notes, it can be difficult because the quarter notes will seem really slow. Make sure you're focusing on counting. Look at measure 3 real quickly. Measure 3 has a quarter rest on 1, and then on count 2, you have your 4 16th notes, but they're broken up in between the snare drum and the rim. And all that means is you're going to do this, 2 E and a. Count 4 is the same way, except it starts on the rim, 4 E and a. And then measure 4, you have a 2 E and a, 3 E and a. So you have those 2 counts full of 16th notes, but they're broken up in between the snare head and the rim. So be careful with that. Let's play number 6. 1, 2, and ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2 E and a 3, 4 E and a 1, 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. Start with the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2 E and a 3, 4 E and a 1, 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. At this point, practice these through until you become comfortable with it. I'm going to play these all at a faster tempo. Don't try playing along with me until you've practiced it and become comfortable with it. Number 1. 1, 2, ready, go. Number 2. 1, 2, ready, go. Number 3. 1, 2, ready, and go. And 1. Number 4. 1, 2, and ready, and go. And Number 5. 1, 2, ready, and go, and And number 6. 1, 2, ready, go. And that's it. Those are 16th notes. Keep drumming.